And we're back with another episode of the His and Hers the Truth podcast. My
Yes.
name is Tuan. This is my lovely wife.
Sim, great seeing everyone. And guess what?
Mm.
Happy Halloween 2023. That's why I'm wearing this. I'm the witch.
Yeah. So happy Halloween, everyone. It is October 31st, Tuesday. And as always, guys, right, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're posting content for you
Yes,
guys.
we are,
Normally, it's
as
a
promised.
reactionary video because we love reacting to, kind of the Asian culture content, especially when it comes to dating and that type of stuff, and what's going on with the current market, right?
I don't know.
And what you guys have to deal with out there, right? But anyways, guys, before we get into it, of course, right, subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
Right? Our subscriptions are starting to go up, and we're really close to 1,500 subscribers. So, guys, that's kind of the
Thanks
plan.
for the love.
Let's get to 1,500 subscribers by the end of the year.
Yes.
And of course, guys, help us push this content out in the algorithm, right? So please give us a huge like, smash that like button, right? And turn on your notification bell.
Ding.
And of course, coming here soon because it's pretty much the end of October, honey. And
Yes.
starting November, the very first week or couple weeks of November, we try to get a live reaction video to you guys. So any comments or questions that you guys have for us, please have them ready for that one. Okay, for that time. Okay, so today's reaction video, honey, is a short from a channel that we actually did a recent reaction to. It's at Girls Gone Wireless Pod.
Okay.
So guys, go check them out. Obviously, subscribe to them as well too.
Yep.
I don't think they kind of do the same content we do, but hey, helping an Asian sister, helping the Asian brothers out there. So please go and subscribe to their channel. The title of the video is How to Get Laid Scientifically.
Okay.
So I'm kind of curious on what they
Let's
think.
see what they mean. Huh?
Hey, Dr. Tara, how do I get laid? For guys who come to see you single or dating,
we start from a lot of like questionnaire to get at their attachment style, their love style, their sexual style, communication style. So I get like a basic profile of like who this person is and how can he best shine. Because not everyone's gonna be able to like ask a bunch of questions and be super extroverted. And then also not everyone to begin with like a great listener or knows how to ask good questions. A lot of guys are very shy, very uncertain about themselves, but they know who they want to be. They want to be like confident, go-getter, like girls are into that, right? I also just role play, like have them try to approach me, but through exposure. Like the more you do it, the better you get.
hey, Dr. Tara, how do I get laid?
Okay, guys. So that was the whole video, honey. So what do you think? So this is was she a sex therapist, or I think she was a relationship advice coach, dating coach?
I think more of a relationship.
Yeah, a relationship coach. But she helps guys in this particular. I don't know. Hey, guys, reach out to us. Maybe she does guys
Make a
and
comment.
girls, but in this particular context, she was helping guys only.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that initial thing where she kind of gets like this base profile of what, the guy is, right? And it's kind of like personality. It's kind of like their, like.
She's saying extrovert. Or
Yeah,
whatever else,
exactly. So what do you think about that, honey?
I don't think she's really on the target, on the mark. You know what I mean? Like, because guys aren't all like, okay, let's just, communication. Let's just talk like this or that. You know what I mean? Like, I think guys are more of like they scope, and then if they see the girl, they'll just approach. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
well,
For guys who
let's-
come to
direct,
see you single or dating,
let's
We
pause.
start from a lot of like questionnaire
Let's
to
look
get
at the-
at their attachment style, their love style, their sexual style, communication.
Or pause there.
Okay,
Let's
so
see.
it says attachment style,
style.
love style, sexual style, and communication style. So those are the four kind of questionnaires that she does. And what do you think about that? And I'm assuming she's saying Asian brothers, guys.
Yeah.
Like I'm assuming that. I mean, I don't know. She could be doing all different ethnicities, but let's hypothetically say that she's just talking about Asian men that she's helping.
Okay.
She's trying to help. So what do you think about getting kind of those four things, honey?
Attachment style. What does she mean? Like attachment style? Like, what does she mean? Like more beyond than dating? Maybe a wife-like thing in the future?
Yeah, I think
You
she.
know what I mean?
I think attachment style. When I hear it, I think it's kind of like, what do you have in common? Like, what
Yeah.
would you and this potential girl, woman that you're interested in, how would you obviously create this bond to each other, right?
Yeah.
So it could be things like, what are you into? What do you guys have in similarities? Like those type of things.
That could be that love style.
Right.
What is your interest? Why are you attracted to that person? What kind of things you want in that person? The sexual style. Well, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
there's all different ways, like whether they're open to you know, those big, you know what I mean? It's just together thing, you know, just being committed to one another. Or there are some couples out there who's just, you know, what do you call those?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? So you know what I'm talking about, guys.
Yeah.
And then there's communication style. Like some people are introvert, extrovert. Some people are like more.
Well, I would be very curious to see what her questions entail. But this is the thing. This is why I think most women shouldn't be giving men advice when it comes to dating, right? Because let's be honest, guys, like they say this in the RP community all the time, right? Would you ask the fish how to catch a fish, right? No, you'd ask the fisherman how to catch a fish, right? Or you'd ask the hunter how they would track an animal and obviously hunt the animal, right? You wouldn't ask the animal, right? And so the way she's phrasing the styles, that's a very feminine attributes, right? Love language, sexual language. How do you communicate me? Because women are all about, you know, it's not what was conveyed, it's how you convey it.
Yeah.
Right. So if you can convey it the way that I like it, then I will like it. Right. But it's not because you conveyed it the way that you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Right. So to me, I think the questions that she's asking these men is that way so she can see, if I had to guess it right, she would have to see how they're doing it wrong. And so she said, no, this is kind of, you're doing it the way a man would want to say it to a woman, right? I need to teach you how to convey it so that way it appears good to a woman, right? But I think, honestly, guys, I think that's crap advice because those type of guys that try to cater to how a woman responds to certain things,
most women aren't even that attracted.
They're not going to be attracted to you. And they're not going to respect you
as much. No.
Yeah. Now there's a level to it. I think you can sell women a dream. Unfortunately, I hate to say it that way, but I think good fishermen, good hunters know how to use the correct lures, right? That's the thing I was gonna say, right? They know how to use the correct lures. In hunting, I think they know how to use like the correct, I forgot the term, but anyways, it's almost kind of like a decoy, right? So like, for example, if you're hunting duck,
like
a duck, right? You would have like a duck decoy out there, and then you would try to make duck noises, so that way, you know, they think that you're a real duck, right? Same thing with a deer, right? They would put a deer out there, and they would make like rustling noises with the antlers. They would put scent out there, right? Fishermen, right? You'd have the right flies, you'd have the right lures. So I think good men who are good at attracting women who are not maybe at the best at, well, not the best, but they are good. They are the best, but they're not serious about commitment. They know how to use the correct lures. And so they're going to use the correct communication styles to attract the woman, but without
certain women.
No, I think it's attract all women, most women. But the thing is, they're not really going to commit to these women, right? They're players, right? These are the guys that have like obviously the outgoing, the alpha personalities, but they're gonna finesse the game, right? Because they're not gonna tell you straight up like, "Hey, girl, I just want to hit it and quit it," right? They're not gonna say that. They're gonna sell you a dream like, "Oh man, no, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen," right? I've never met anyone like you before. You know, your personality. I find this. We have this connection. We have this energy, right? They use all these, like I said, see, right? They start communicating like how a woman would communicate with each other, right? Like we have this energy. I feel this vibe, right? They start using all these freaking feminine terms. Right? But most guys don't want to communicate that way. All right, most guys will be like, "Hey, I like you. Let's have sex. Are you down? Cool, right? If you're not, right? Hey, you know, do you want to freaking get married?" Like this is kind of how more guys would prefer.
Guys are more direct.
Right. This is how more guys would prefer to interact. But they know that if they could interact that way with a woman, you're not going to get
be shot down.
Yeah, you're not going to get, especially if you're not a top tier guy. The only guys that can get away with that type of approach is if you're a top tier value guy, right? That you have all your values in line. You're like, "Hey, I'm hot, I'm tall, I'm in shape, I got money, I got status," right? I guarantee you guys, Leonardo DiCaprio has that type of game, right? Like, "Hey, I'm Leonardo DiCaprio, take it or leave it, bitch. What do you want?" Right? But for most guys, they're going to have to learn this, unfortunately, communication style. And so I'm not hating on her approach. I'm just saying that I don't think it's going to be the right approach long term because you're in essence teaching men how to finesse women, which long term is not going to really get the attraction from the woman. What you need long term really is to get the values, to be a top tier guy. And then that would be
So he has to work on you guys. Men have to work on yourself.
I would say that
You
that
men
is
got to
the
work on
case.
yourself. So there you
And
go.
then what do you think about that she said about like, hey, you know, the majority of men are kind of introverted and they're not very outgoing. They, you know, they know what they want, but they don't have it yet. What do you think about that?
Because they're not there. They're not the high value man, so they're not that confident. They haven't reached up there. Or, you know, think about it. If they were nerdy, they got to fix up themselves. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Like
yep.
if they're, you know, closed doors, always in their room, whatever else, still living in mama's basement, whatever, you know, in the house, and not doing anything with their life, well, guess what? They're not going to be outgoing.
Yeah.
You know, they got to be introduced by somebody they know, family, friends, whatever else, and that's
Yeah.
why they're introverts, because they're still that shy. I'm not confident. I don't have my shiznick together. I don't work out. You know,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
So-
you know, aligns.
This goes hand in hand with what we just talked about, having this kind of unfortunately bad advice. And hey, Dr. Tara, I would love to hear you respond to this video
Yeah.
or reach out to us. But this is the reason why women are not good dating coaches for men, because she's exactly right. She's getting the stereotypical average guy coming to her for advice, right? Because guys, it's the obvious thing. If you were successful with women, why would you need a dating coach to begin with? Right? If you're successful already, you're a player and you're getting women all the time, you ain't gonna go find a dating coach, right?
Because you're not. You have to work on yourself.
Exactly. It's kind of like if your car's not broken, why would you take it to a mechanic, right? Your car is running fine. So the point is, she's getting the average dude that we all know the average guy struggles with women, right? And so what she's failing to realize, because like I said, she's looking at this from a female's perspective,
Yep.
right? Because she knows that, hey, if she actually tells them what they need to hear, which is two things, guys, right? Women in general don't like to hurt people when they say something, right?
Yeah.
Women don't like to communicate that directly, right? Because I guarantee you, if she was, she'd say, hey, motherfucker, you're a loser. Go brush your teeth. Go fix your hair. Go work out, right? Like, go say, do those things. Go make more money, right? Improve yourself, right? But instead, she's like, oh, these guys are just shy. They're just introverted. They're
No.
nice-going guys, and they don't have their values yet.
You need to fix yourself
Right.
up when there are certain things that you need to, you know, there's obstacles. And we're going to tell you directly, because here on our show, that's why we're called The Truth, you know.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Men
Hers
need
the
to
truth.
hear that. Men, that's the only way men are going to get better, because like I said, what is the alternative? If you don't improve your value and all you learn how to do is unfortunately be a average to below average man, which
Yep.
guys, in this day and age, you got to understand this. Unless you're the top 10, 15, 5% of men, really, you're not going to get any results. Right? The results are not going to be there. So, in essence, what she's trying to tell you to do is use this approach when you're a low value man. But the truth is, the results are still not going to be what you want, because all you're going to do is, like I said, be so beta that this woman is still not going to respect you.
And she's not that happy with you,
Yeah.
and you guys will still have
'Cause-
issues
Yeah,
along the line.
You might be able to finesse her and say, "Oh no, babe. Hey, I'll give you some example right now. Oh, your past doesn't matter to you, to me, babe. It's okay that you were a 304 back in the day. I love you for who you are now, right? This is the type of crap she's gonna tell these guys to say, right? Oh, but you're a different person now, so I love you for who you are now. Or don't worry, babe. You're a boss, babe. I get it. You go make your money. We'll split this 50-50, right? Or you can play half the bills, and I'll stay at home and take care of the house, right? I love you for being just you,
Nope.
right? And yes, you will get some women to initially fall for that, right?
Yeah, but he's not going to be
ex-
happy. He's not going to be happy
But
because
the point
a
is,
man
but the
has
point
their
is,
role.
she's not going to be happy,
And she won't be happy in
'Cause-
the long run.
and then you're not going to be happy because you're both settling. You're both setting for low values that you know that you both don't want. But I get it. It's a game. It's like if you're starving so bad, right? And you go to somebody and say, I just need to get some food, man. I need to get some food, right? Help me catch a fish so I can just eat. Right. And so that's the thing. These guys are so deprived of sex, deprived of female interaction, that she's like, hey, man, if you do this game, at least you can catch a little fish here and there. You can catch, you'll get some female attention. And so I get why it works.
Even if it's a small fish, you still would at least fulfill that little craving.
Yeah,
That's what she's trying to say.
and
Even a
that's-
small fish, but come on. You think you're going to be satisfied? You think you're going to fulfill that hunger? No,
And-
you're not. You're going to still want the bigger
correct.
fish to fill your tummy.
And long term, that's not going to be what you're not going to be happy. You're going to be depressed. And the woman that you're with is not going to be happy,
Nope.
because women want, this is the thing, guys, women want to know that they're with the best guy possible. And it has nothing to do with their communication, their love language, their, attachment style. They need to know that you have the best values as a man.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing, guys. This is the thing. So I'll flip it here, guys, because a lot of incels, a lot of MGTOW guys, right, are going to be like, well, Tuan, if I can't be that guy, I'm 5'6", I'm 5'5", I'm never gonna be 6'2", right, or 6'3", right? I only make $60,000 or $40,000 or $30,000 a year. I might work for the next 10 years and never make $100,000 a year, right? I get those things, guys. Those are all valid. And that's the reason why there's a lot of criticism of content like ours, honey,
Yep.
or even content like the RP community, where we're just telling the truth that, guys, if you don't reach this tier, unfortunately, you're not going to get the results that you want, okay? But what I will tell you guys this is you still need to look at it from the perspective of trying to get the best value you can get, okay? So you're not 6 foot tall, right?
Yep.
Stand tall at 5'6". Right? Wear clothes that makes you look taller, right? Have a hairstyle. Do anything physical, right? When you're thinner, for example, when you're in shape and you're thinner, you look taller instead of being a chubby, obese dude, right? Because when you're chubby and obese, you just look shorter because your body is wider,
and
right?
hygiene.
So you have to
Smell
use
good.
every available resource in your arsenal to get the best values, right? Clothes, hair, we just talked about. Money. Okay, so what? You only make $30,000 now. Go get that grind. Try to be the best that you can be. There's just no other way around it.
Yep.
Right? So if you can at least get to where you're looking good, the best you can look at 5'6", if you can get to a better pay structure, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, right?
Yep.
And then, of course, by doing that, you have some accomplishments now. Right, so maybe you're like the freaking the head guy at your position, or right, because we're not talking about CEOs now, right? We're just talking about, hey, maybe you're the manager at the certain branch. You're the manager at freaking a bank that you work at, right? And you're making $60,000 to $80,000 a year.
Yeah.
You dress nice. You drive a decent car, right? You have a steady paycheck. You can afford a condo. You can afford a house, right? Guys, the honest truth is there are going to be women out there for you, right? We're not saying you have to be the Andrew Tate to get women, right? Guys, just look around. I mean, there are situations that you guys can see where women and men come together, but you also have to realize that the type of woman that you're going to be able to get is going to be lower as well too.
Yeah,
right. You're not going to be able to get an Instagram model with those values that you have. Okay. And then the last thing I will say is you got to know where the fish is, right? We talked about this and other things, right? So if you're in a situation where it doesn't matter if you get to be the best value that you are, but women are still like, hey, no, I want the 6 foot tall Chad, or, I want you to make $100,000. Then we talked about it, right? Passport bros. We talked about going to another state. We talked about
plenty of fish out there. Plenty of fish.
The point is there is and there isn't. We understand in this modern day and context that the women are getting harder to find. But the point is there are out there.
There's billions of people.
Yes.
So.
So you have to not only improve your values, but then also go look for a different pond.
Yeah.
And I would say that right now, guys, in this modern sexual dating market, that is going to probably be your best two advice, right? Is get the highest value you can as yourself, and then go look for the best pool possible.
Yep.
Right. And then, like I said, be careful about that, right? I'm actually very surprised that the Passport Bros, because this thing has been going around for quite some time. It's not like Passport Bros is the new thing, right?
It's been a while.
But I'm very surprised that this Passport Bros movement was so glorified. Because think about it, guys. Now all you're doing is you're hurting the pool even more, right? Imagine if you found like a really good fishing pond,
and everybody goes there.
And then now everybody goes there.
There's hardly any fish.
So now there's going to be no more fish. Now all the fish has been caught and thrown back. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right? So now you literally just ruined your chances again, right?
Yeah.
So I think sometimes as men, I hate to say it, like we need to move in certain circles. Like I talked about this, and this is the reason why I want to do this moving forward. Like we need to find a group of men that have similar mindsets, similar goals. And I'm not trying to say we're not out there to try to save other men, but this is the reality, guys. Not only are women liabilities, because they are. But
Some
also,
women.
beta simp men are liabilities as well
Mm-hmm.
too. Okay, but anyways, that was a lot, guys. I didn't want to talk anymore. What do you think so far about the video, Honey Bun, or is that?
Yeah, it's so.
I don't think women should be getting dating advice.
Yeah, I just said it's
You know,
so.
I say clip that, take that from my words mouth. But I don't think women should be giving dating advice.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be asking the prey how to hunt themselves. Right?
Yep.
Ask men who are good at it, and ask men who have the values to teach you how to improve your value, guys. This is only going to get worse moving forward. To all my Asian brothers, get your values up, and then go find the right pawn.
That's true.
All right. Talk
See
to you
ya.
guys later.
Bye.
Join us as we give you guys a glimpse into our lives, give you guys advice, hopefully give you guys entertainment value as well too, and provide you guys better outcomes.
Yes.